Even 50 to 60 years ago in the USSR, there was no equipment capable of quickly transporting goods off-road over long distances. Therefore, Soviet engineers set about creating a truck that could work where there are no roads, but only directions. ZIL-132 is a prototype of a bonnet truck with a cab, front cladding, and a body from ZIL-131, built on February 23, 1960. He led the first generation of 132 series cars, and predetermined their further overall design. The car was supplied with an original frame with a cross-shaped cross-member made of 4mm steel, 3 cross-members, and a smooth bottom made of 2.5mm thick sheet steel with a hatch under the gearbox. Designer U.I. Sobolev was appointed to lead the work on the creation of the prototype, under whose leadership the first prototype was released on February 23, 1960. For the car, they developed their own frame, which was reinforced with transverse beams made of 4mm steel. The bottom was made smooth, the wheels were fixed directly on the frame, and the cab was installed from the 131st ZIL. The wheels did not have elastic suspension elements, and were rigidly attached to the frame. In its front part, the ZIL 375 V8 gasoline engine with a capacity of 180 horsepower, which is the main one for most of SKB's developments, was mounted. He led a rather complex and heavy, but traditional for Grachev's work, an onboard transmission with its own original components and assemblies from the ZIL 130 and ZIL 131 prototypes. It consisted of a manual 5-speed gearbox from the prototype ZIL E130, a separately installed demultiplier, a modified 2-stage Razdatka from the ZIL 157, and an original transfer case with an interboard differential with a pneumatic locking mechanism and remote control. From them, the torque was fed by longitudinal cardan shafts to the final drives of each side of the machine, interlocked with wool gearboxes from the 4-axle ZIL 135B model. Synchronous ball joints of equal angular velocities Rzepa were introduced into the design of the steered wheels. The front winch drive from the ZIL 157 was made by a cardan shaft from the power takeoff. The lack of suspension was compensated by soft tires with pressure regulation in the range of 0.9 to 2.5 kg/cm2 and its independent separation along the sides. 2 hydraulic boosters were built into the steering mechanism for the front and rear wheels. A novelty for 3-axle vehicles was a more powerful and reliable pneumo-hydraulic braking system with a tap-on-trailed units. It consisted of a hydraulic drive of sealed shoe, drum, wheel brakes and a pneumatic booster with a compressor and a tank with compressed air receiver. The truck had 2 fuel tanks with a capacity of 170 liters each. The wheelbase of the ZIL 132 was 2,600 plus 2,600 millimeters. The track of all bridges was 2,000 millimeters each. Overall dimensions on standard 20-inch wheels are 7100 x 2550 x 2700 millimeters. Carrying capacity on the highway 4.5 tons, on the ground 2.5 tons. The curb weight, depending on the type of tires installed, is 6,480 to 7,380 kilograms. The total permissible weight is 8,980 to 9,880 kilograms. The use of wheel gears made it possible to increase the ground clearance under the bottom to 580 millimeters, but the turning radius reached 11.5 meters. The maximum speed on a flat dry road is 67 to 70 kilometers/h. The control fuel consumption is 55 liters per 100 kilometers. After running in, factory tests of the ZIL 132 began in February 1960 and were subsequently carried out sporadically until the fall of 1962. At the same time, several different types of tires were mounted on the car: standard 8-layer 16.0020 model I-159, wide profile increased diameter 18.0024, and arched size 1500 x 840. In March 1961, the truck was re-equipped with an automatic transmission from the ZIL 135E car, a new demultiplier, and a van for installing equipment and accommodating testers. With different tires, he could move on virgin snow with a depth of 1.2 meters, developing a speed of 19 km/h, and overcoming a snow-covered ascent with a steepness of up to 28. The main disadvantages related to the low rigidity of the frame elements and the reliability of the chassis, the mismatch of wheel control and longitudinal swing at a speed of more than 60 km/h. With the transfer of SKB to intensive work on a 4-axle special chassis, further refinement of the ZIL-132 was suspended.